Land of bondage, land of free. Kay Raul S. Manglapus. Once upon a time, the Tao owned a piece of land. It was all he owned, but he cherished it, for it gave him three things, having which he was content life. First of all, liberty and happiness. Then one day the Spaniard came and commanded him to pay tribute to the crown of Spain. The Tao paid tribute and he was silent. He was certain that he was still the master of his land. The Spaniard became rich, but with riches, evil entered into him and came to the Tao a second time. He read the Tao a formidable document saying, according to this Oritorical, which unfortunately you cannot read, this that you have been paying me is not a tribute but rent. For the land is not yours but mine. The Tao paid tribute and said nothing. He ceased to be a freeman. He became a serf. Still the Tao held his peace. The rent went up and up. The Tao starved. And this time, at the last, he spoke, not in word, but in the rustic instrument with which he cleared the land. Once he owned the bolo. He transformed it from an instrument of tillage to an instrument of death, and with it drove away the stranger. Then he returned to his field, saying, now indeed shall I again master of my land, once my own, but stolen from me by the trickery of quicker wits than mine. But the Tao wronged for the land and nothing mastered. This time the stranger, but his own countryman, grown rich. The Tao had new name, Kasama, which to us means partner, but which the Tao means still slave, for once more he suffered from his countrymen the same thing he had suffered from stranger. The rent, the usury, and all the rest of it. Yes, the Tao returned to his field, thinking that he was free. But soon, he discovered that he was still a prisoner. His prison a two-room shack, rent by every wind, without any comfort except the three families have the privilege to starve. The Tao's home has become his very prisons. Its doors, if you can call them such, are wide open. It is a prison nonetheless, for the Tao is bound to it, not with chains of steel, but with a stronger chain, his honor. To this day, the Tao remained a slave, a prisoner of the usurer. No wonder, then, the Tao, being a slave, has acquired the habits of a slave. No wonder that after 3 centuries in chains, without freedom, without hope, he should lose the erect and fearless posture of the freeman, and become the bent, misshapen, indolent, vicious, pitiful thing that he is. Who dares accuse him? Who dares rise up in the judgment against this man? Reduced to this subhuman level by 3 centuries of oppression, the Tao does not come here tonight to be judged, but to judge. Hear his accusation and his sentence. I indict the Spanish encomendero for investing taxes impossible to bear. I indict the usurer of saddling me with debts impossible to pay. I indict the irresponsible radical leaders who undermine with insidious eloquence the confidence of my kind our government. You accuse me of not supporting my family. Free me from bondage and shall prove you are false. You can accuse me of ignorance, but I am ignorant because my master finds it profitable to keep me ignorant. Free me from bondage and I shall prove you false. You accuse me of indolence, but I am indolent, not because I not because I have no will, but because I have no hope. Why should I labor? If all the fruits of my labor go to pay an unpayable debt, free me from bondage, and I shall prove you false. Give me land to own, land unbeholden to any tyrant, land that will be free. Give me land, for I am starving. Give me land that my children may not die. Sell it to me. Sell it to me at a fair price, as one freeman sells to another, and not as a usurer sells to a slave. I am a poor, but I will pay it. I will work until fall from weariness, for my privilege, for my in inalienable right to be free. But if you will not grant me this, if you will not grant me this last request, this ultimate demand, then I build a wall around your home. Build it high, build it strong. Place it sentry on a very parapet, for I who have seen silent these 300 years will come in the night when you are feasting with my cry and my bolo at your door. And my God, have mercy on your soul.